Crikey, deep in the heart of a lush green jungle, there was a truly special place. High up in the branches of a giant kapok tree, a family of apes had built the most amazing home you could ever imagine. It was a tree house, but not like any you've seen before. This one was woven from vines and leaves with bridges connecting different parts of the tree. The apes lived there in total peace, spending their days swinging from branches, munching on delicious fruits like mangoes and bananas, and chattering happily with one another under the warm sun. It was a real paradise, a beautiful example of nature in perfect harmony. Their leader was a big, strong ape named Connor. He was a magnificent fellow with wise, kind eyes that watched over his whole family. Connor made sure everyone was safe and had enough to eat. The little ones, the cheeky little ankle-biters, would play games of tag, their laughter echoing through the jungle canopy. The older apes would groom each other, a sign of their strong family bond. They didn't have a care in the world, really. They just enjoyed their home, the fresh air and the company of their friends and family. It was a simple life, but it was a good life, full of love and happiness. The jungle was their provider and their protector. The apes knew every twist and turn of the branches, every secret hiding spot, and every stream that offered cool, fresh water. They lived alongside other creatures like colorful parrots and slithering snakes, respecting each other's space. The sounds of the jungle were their daily music, the buzz of insects, the call of distant birds, and the rustle of leaves in the gentle breeze. Their treehouse wasn't just a structure, it was the heart of their community, a safe haven where every ape felt they belonged. What a beauty! Every evening as the sun painted the sky in brilliant shades of orange and purple, the apes would gather together. They'd share stories of their day, the young ones listening with wide eyes to the elders' tales. Connor would often sit at the highest point, looking out over their jungle kingdom, feeling a deep sense of pride and responsibility for his troop. Their world was untouched, a pristine wilderness where they were the rightful kings and queens of the canopy. Little did they know, a dark shadow was about to fall upon their peaceful existence, threatening to shatter their world forever. One day, a terrible change came to their beautiful jungle. 6 wild hunters, men with cruel hearts and loud, scary tools, stomped into the apes' world. These blokes didn't care about the beauty of the forest. They only saw it as a place to hunt and destroy. They arrived with a deafening roar, their machines tearing down smaller trees and scaring all the other animals away. The apes watched from their high home, their hearts filled with fear. The hunters' eyes were cold, and they pointed their dangerous weapons up towards the treehouse, wanting to capture the apes. It was a truly sad sight, a real danger zone. Connor, being the brave leader he was, knew he had to act fast. There was no time to fight these invaders head-on. They were too many and too well equipped. "We must leave," he chattered urgently to his family. "Follow me." With his troop behind him, Connor led a daring escape, swinging from vine to vine, moving deeper and deeper into the parts of the jungle the hunters didn't know. He used his knowledge of the forest to keep his family hidden, guiding them through secret pathways in the canopy. He was a true hero, putting his family's safety above everything else. What a legend. But danger wasn't just coming from the hunters. There was another threat, one from within their own family. An ape named Caesarius, who was always jealous of Connor's leadership, saw this chaos as his chance. He was a sneaky fella, that one. As the apes huddled in a temporary hiding spot, tired and scared, Caesarius stepped forward. He pointed a finger at Connor and told a terrible lie. He claimed that Connor had secretly led the hunters to their home, that their brave leader was actually a traitor working with the enemy. The other apes gasped, their fear turning into confusion and suspicion. This wicked lie caused a huge problem. The apes, already frightened and away from their home, didn't know who to believe. Some looked at Connor with angry eyes, while others were just heartbroken and confused. The trust that held their family together began to crumble, all because of Caesarius' selfish ambition. Connor was devastated. He had just saved them, and now he was being accused of the worst betrayal imaginable. This was a critical moment. The apes were divided, and with the hunters still searching for them, their situation was more dangerous than ever before. It was a real schmozzle. Connor knew he was innocent, and he had to prove it. He didn't get angry or fight back with words. Instead, he used his clever mind. He remembered seeing Caesarius secretly meeting with one of the hunter's scouts near the edge of their territory days before the attack. At the time, he thought nothing of it, but now it all made sense. Connor quietly told a few of his most trusted friends what he had seen. He asked them to watch Caesarius closely, to look for any signs that he was still communicating with the hunters. It was a real test of loyalty, and Connor's true friends didn't let him down. The proof came sooner than they expected. Connor's friends saw Caesarius sneaking away from the group, dropping brightly colored berries in a trail on the forest floor. It was a signal. He was leading the hunters right to their new hiding spot. This was the moment of truth. They quickly brought Caesarius back to the group, just as the other apes were beginning to argue. When they showed everyone the berries and explained what Caesarius was doing, his treachery was laid bare for all to see. The apes looked at Caesarius, not with confusion anymore, but with shock and anger. The real traitor was revealed. With the truth out, the apes turned back to their true leader, Connor. They felt ashamed for ever doubting him. But Connor, being the top bloke he is, didn't hold a grudge. He knew they were just scared. Now they had a bigger problem. The hunters were getting closer, following the trail Caesarius had left. It was time for teamwork. Connor quickly organized the apes into groups. "We will not be victims," he declared. "We will use our intelligence and our knowledge of this jungle to protect ourselves." The apes, united once more, were ready to follow his lead and fight for their freedom. Their plan was brilliant, an absolute masterstroke of jungle smarts. One group of apes gathered sticky, smelly fruits and prepared to drop them on the hunters from above. Another group worked on loosening vines that hung over the hunter's path, creating tripwires. A third group, the loudest of the bunch, went in the opposite direction to create a diversion, making noises to lead the hunters away from their main camp. It was a beautiful display of cooperation. They were going to use their home ground advantage to outsmart the invaders, showing that intelligence is more powerful than any weapon. The apes put their clever plan into action. As the hunters followed the berry trail, they walked right into the apes' trap. First, they were bombarded with the sticky, stinky fruit, which covered them from head to toe. Confused and disgusted, they stumbled forward, only to be tripped up by the vines the apes had loosened. While the hunters were tangled and disoriented, the other group of apes made a racket on the far side of the ridge. The hunters, thinking that's where the main group was, gave up their current pursuit and clumsily chased after the noise. The apes had outsmarted them completely without causing any real harm. What a victory! The defeated hunters, tired, sticky, and completely lost, finally gave up. They had been outwitted by the very creatures they wanted to harm. They scrambled out of the jungle, vowing never to return to this part of the forest where the apes were clearly too smart for them. With the danger gone, the apes celebrated their victory. They had worked together, trusted their leader, and used their intelligence to overcome a terrible threat. They proved that a united family, working as a team, can face any challenge. It was a moment of pure joy and relief for the entire troop. With the threat gone, Connor led his family to a new part of the jungle, a place even more beautiful and safe than their old home. He found another magnificent tree, even bigger than the last, and there they began to build again. Working together, they wove a new, stronger treehouse, a symbol of their resilience and their new beginning. The little ones played, the elders shared stories, and the sound of happy chatter once again filled the canopy. Their spirit was not broken, it was stronger than ever. They had faced hardship and came out on the other side as a more tightly knit family. From that day on, Connor taught a very important lesson to all the young apes. He taught them that all living creatures deserve respect and have a right to live in peace. He showed them that violence and cruelty are signs of weakness, but intelligence, teamwork, and kindness are the greatest strengths of all. The legend of the apes became a story told for generations, a powerful reminder to everyone, apes and humans alike, that the jungle is a home, not a hunting ground. And the moral is a simple one, but a ripper. Respect all living creatures, because teamwork and a clever mind will always win against cruelty. Good on you, Connor.